So I'd been looking for a little while for a rollback that would work for a shop. I had a cab over chassis that I was actually looking for a bed, and this one popped up on Craigslist. Always liked the 70s Fords, and when I saw it was a commercial bed that is era correct and designed for either a Ford or Chevy chassis, thought, hey, might as well take a look at it. A little lighter duty than I wanted to be, but anyway, we drove over, took a look at it. The truck's 79 Ford with a 460 and 4-speed. Originally, the truck would have been a 351 and automatic. So there's some issues with that conversion and how it was done. But we're still working on it and fixing it up a bit. And it's an okay drive. I mean, it's a 70s Ford, but and got brave and threw our car we drove over on the back and drove it home. It had a number of issues, of course, and in fact one of the first things we had to do is rewire it. You see some of the lights weren't even on, or they're mismatched, but they wouldn't even stay on. Been pretty handy to have around, like the Supra you see on the bed. That was one that needed to be pulled out of the shop while owner looked for parts, so it makes it much easier to have a wrecker. In fact, neighboring shop actually wanted to move his Buick, and it's much easier to use a ramp like that. And anyway, we've done a few jobs around and even towed neighbors. It was actually pretty well set up from the get-go, so the biggest thing has been repairing bad repairs, actually. It was kind of interesting. Underneath the bed they have a fair amount of storage boxes and stuff. I added one more on the right side for straps and that, and I think they had shovels and some other equipment underneath. But it's a good factory long wheelbase. I believe 155-inch wheelbase. And then, so it's not a stretched frame to make the rollback fit on it. And, and the rollback itself, I had to redo some hoses and stuff there and readjust some of the cables. Things were just worn out. There's still some aluminum repairs, like the keyholes in the back have been ripped out a few times. Replaced a winch cable. They're fairly inexpensive now, but especially if you buy from a wrecker supply, because those guys are replacing it all the time. And the winch doesn't have a long reach. It's actually only a 35-foot cable. You could fit a 50 on it by the rating, but I think you'd have problems getting it to spool correctly. And of course we purchased some other equipment to make it work right, and anyway, it's a nice tool we have here at the shop to help customers out. Thanks for watching.